Welcome to the Shades of Havana podcast, where we explore the rich history and culture of one of the world's most iconic cigar-making cities. Ybor City has been synonymous with premium cigars for over a century, thanks to the pioneering efforts of visionaries like Vicente Martinez, Ybor and Julius Caesar, J.C. Newman, and the countless families and businesses that followed in their footsteps. From the bustling cigar factories that once lined Ybor City streets, to the boutique shops and lounges that dot the city today, Tampa's cigar industry has left an indelible mark on the city's identity and character. Join us as we sit down with the industry experts, passionate enthusiasts, and local legends to uncover the stories, traditions, and innovations that have made Tampa Bay the cigar capital of the world. Whether you're a seasoned enthusiast or a curious newcomer, we invite you to light up, relax, and journey with us into the fascinating cigar capital of the world. Welcome to Shades of Havana. With guest host John Doyle, Shades of Havana was brought to you by celebrating their 75th anniversary, Porsche Tampa, the global leader in two-way cigar humidity control, Boveda Inc., award-winning air purifiers, Rabbit Air. Turn your garage or basement into the ultimate man cave with Man Cave King. When you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, fund your bliss at Bliss Mortgage. For the latest styles in golf and beach apparel, Fluke Apparel Company. Premium quality lifestyle eyewear with 100% mineral glass lenses, Otis Eyewear, and treasure awaits. Visit Tampa Bay.
I'm John Doyle, the honorary host of the Shades of Havana here at the Corona Lounge in Tampa, Florida. We have three very special guests today. To my left, Reinhold Widmayer, editor of the Cigar Journal. And to his left, we have Sean Knusten, president of Boveda Incorporated. And we have Rick Rodriguez, the founder of West Tampa Tobacco. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
Well, what are you smoking today? Today I'm starting off with the Davidoff's The Rabbit Limited Edition. And Reinhold, to you, sir.
Cigar. I'm finishing off a West Tampa Red Label Toro that I was gifted by Rick. And like it, I can put it down.
And I must say, I'm really enjoying the first few puffs on this wonderful West Tampa Tobacco Company cigar. It's got a Mexican wrapper. This is awesome, Ricky.
Thank you so much.
Truly, this is really, really
amazing.
Nice.
It's amazing.
Really nice.
But this is my second cigar today, so I'm now smoking the West Tampa Black. And so, but I smoke everything and everybody's cigars.
Well, first of all, Rick, let's talk about, you started West Tampa Tobacco last year. We were blessed enough, Michael and I, to be on a couple of Zoom calls with you and Reinhold. And the experience you've gone in and bringing your first blends to market. How did you go about it and share with us a little bit about it?
Well, launching West Tampa, we knew that we want to launch a cigar for both the fan bases on side of the pause. So we had the European Asia fan base that I created when I was visiting for CAO. And that's more a kind of a Cubanesque cigar. So that was a white cigar that I wouldn't really give you that fan base, that Cubanesque feeling. But for black, we knew that my fan base that followed me for CAO loved my flathead, the bones, the session, darker wrappers. That's the reason we launched the black also at the same time.
You know, it's interesting. After speaking to you and learning about your cigar, my tobacconist Davidoff in Maryland, which has 13 stores, as you know, they ordered 4 boxes for me. I gave away 30 of them. Then they ordered 6, sold out within a couple of weeks. So it's a great launch, and thank you for being here.
Well, thank you so much. We knew that, the company may be new, but the people that put together West Tampa has been in the industry for combined over 35 years. So we know what we're doing, but right now our focus is just make sure that everybody understands who we are and what we represent today. Today, we represent West Tampa Tobacco Company, not CAO and Gentle Cigar.
That's great. And Sean, with Boveda Incorporated, congratulations. First of all, you're 1-0 in our golf match, the first of what I hope is many to come. But yesterday, in learning so much about your company, how many different types of humidity packs do you have? And how do we as consumers protect, our investment in our cigars?
Yeah, great question. Well, first of all, we make product that goes from 10% relative humidity all the way to 95% humidity. For the tobacco industry, on the other hand, for premium cigars, you want to be in a relatively narrow range. So we have 3 humidity levels that we market for the cigar industry for maintaining in a wood humidor. You have 69, 65, 69%, and 72%. We also have one that's for seasoning a wood humidor. So typically when you get a wood humidor, that humidor is going to rob moisture from cigars unless you condition it properly, a term that they call seasoning. And so for 10 to 14 days, you would use our 84% relative humidity Boveda that would gradually bring that wood up to equilibrium around the level that your cigars would be at for long-term storage. We recommend, really important though, we have 3 humidities, and sometimes that brings a little bit of confusion for people to understand, what one should I choose and so forth. But really, 69% is really good for all kinds of tobacco and all kinds of humidors, certainly for travel humidors that are hard plastic and everything else. All of my humidors, wood and otherwise, uses a Boveda 69%, and that covers if I have a Cuban cigar in there, Fuente Opus X, or something with a Cameroon wrapper.
That's great. And Reinhold, we've had many conversations in the last several days. First of all, thank you flying all the way from Austria to help Michael coordinate this. It's just unbelievable from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you. We had discussions about marketing means education and the importance of having an educated consumer, no matter what industry. The role that the Cigar Journal has played over the years, how important is it to the customer to learn about cigars, and then the responsibility of the cigar manufacturers to educate the customer?
Well, for the customer themselves, the most important part is to find out what they really like. In order to do that, you have to be educated. You have to know what's on the market, what are the choices, and where do I tend to go. So it is really important for the customer to know what's out there. And then again, of course, for the whole industry, it means the more educated the customers are, the better consumers they are. Because when they know what they like, they go into the store with a certain knowledge,
yes.
And they can ask for what they like, and the retailer, of course, can adjust to their taste.
The old saying that knowledge is power.
Right.
If you go back to the 80s, an educated consumer is your best customer.
For sure.
And I think we could all agree with that. So as we've gone down this path, and going back to you, Rick, there's a facility in Baltimore called the Lollipop. They've got 15 now restaurants around the country, but they have a private cigar lounge that I'm going to be bringing your product to the 2 owners, Alec and Eric Smith, this week. Just like with Davidas, they fell in love with it. So I'm excited about assisting and getting the knowledge and telling people about your wonderful cigars. What's up next besides the white and the brown labels?
There's always something next, but what we realized about 6 months ago, what we need to do is focus on the kind of the core line right now: West Tampa red, white, and black. And so I don't think we're going to introduce a new full-time line to the market until maybe 24, the trade show of 24, because right now, if we're just launching, what you're saying to your consumers, we don't believe what we have on the market right now. So we're just kind of shit on the wall. Something's going to stick. We believe in these 3 cigars. So what we want to do is give these 3 cigars enough time to give us a solid foundation, allows us to build on top of that. So the mind frame in General Cigar that I had to throw away is launch. This is, to me, is like launch when you're ready with a great story, a great tobacco, and a great product. Let that dictate you, not the calendar dictate you. You need something new.
Well, thank you for that. The white and the brown label, the 6 boxes I've bought, love them. Buying more boxes this week. Tell us about the red label.
If you look at the cigar that we have on market, when you smoke the white, we want you to deliver or receive the flavor, the overall flavor from the wrapper. But if you look at the 2 blends of white and black, they're virtually the same. So how do we change the black? So let's do this. Don't worry about the wrapper. Focus your flavor on their blend. So when you're smoking the black, it's going to overall experience for your flavor is coming from the blend, the white from the wrapper. Now, can we do the combination of a cigar that gives you the wrapper and the fillers together and give you that experience? That is what we hope you experience when you smoke the Rud. So you're like, okay, this is totally different than black and white. What we don't want to do is give you the same, kind of paint yourself in the corner. We only give you full body cigars, mild cigars, flavor cigars. We want to be everything we can to the fan base of West Tampa.
Great. You know, we were talking, Sean, yesterday, and again, thank you for a great day. Well, we talked about it, and you educated really about where the process starts with the Boveda humidity packs. And it starts at the manufacturers. I had no idea. Can you share that with our Shades of Havana community?
Absolutely. So consumers know intuitively that if you're buying a cigar in a humidor, you need a humidor if you want to hold them for a long time. But the thing is, moisture plays such an important element in the preservation of what's in the tobacco already. And what we believe is those cigars, once they're rolled and once they leave the docks in the Caribbean or Central America or any cigar producing country, that those are subject to the harsh realities of distribution. And they are subject to degrade a little bit. And so we believe in protecting that tobacco and that blend and that cigar from the very moment it leaves the dock, that it goes through shipping, that it goes through on the UPS truck, that sometimes goes to 120 degrees. And that's a big level, I think, that the consumers don't see, that we're involved in as a company, working with some of the top manufacturers in the world and so forth, to protect that, what they have invested so much of their passion and all of the know-how that they have and every dollar that they have to put that tobacco in a box that's showcased perfectly with a wonderful label and the packaging. But now we've got to protect that blend and the oils in there, and moisture is the way to do that, to hold that. And we consider that a very important role that Boveda plays in the industry, in addition to just maintaining a consumer's humidor.
Can you share with the audience what Carlito said to you, Senior, years ago? I found that.
Thank you. I'm so glad you brought that up because it's such a great story. You know, early on when we were founded in 1997, a long time ago, and at that time, all you saw on the market were humidifiers. And so when we came and started talking about we could add and remove and control humidity, I think people raised an eyebrow and they kind of thought we were BS a little bit. Yeah, right, couple 20-year-old guys, these guys don't know what they're talking. Little did they know we've got guys in the lab that are from General Mills, our partners, that really invented the technology. And so when we were telling this to Carlito, we were able to pull him maybe in 1998, 1999. We're in Las Vegas at a trade show, and we knew we need to talk to the godfather of the industry here. We need to tell him about this technology. We were able to pull him out of his booth, which was a miracle in and of itself. We sat at a table behind the curtains, and we shared our technology. We had like 3 minutes to here's what we do. And he looked at us, and he said, if all you do is add humidity, if you're just a humidifier, I want nothing to do with this product. But if you do what you say you do, this technology is going to revolutionize this industry. And that's what started our relationship. And now Fuente packages everything they do with Boveda to protect it through that journey from the Dominican Republic through distribution all over the world and so on.
And John, I can say this: when I started to see your things in your cigar, I always said to myself, this is a company that cares. Automatically, because I think when you see your packs in a box, that to me is loud and clear. These guys care. So hopefully one day I can still make a box and put one of your packs in that box to make sure that from the factory to your smoking is going to be a great cigar. So I just really thought that every time I saw your product, it's something that's special.
Great stuff. We're going to take a break here now and a moment to our sponsors. Thank you, and we'll be right back in a second.
Shades of Havana and Cigar Journal thank you for celebrating and watching our historical J.C. Newman 128th Year Anniversary Series. As a sign of appreciation, we'll give you a 1-year free subscription to the digital magazine. Access the best information on the global cigar world at Cigar Journal. Scan the QR code and apply the coupon code SOH23TAMPA prior to checkout.
What's up, everybody? Chris Payne here, CEO and founder of the Fluke Apparel Company. In honor of this historical event, the Fluke Apparel Company will be offering a nice little discount for all you Shades of Havana, you cigar enthusiasts, conversational enthusiasts. All you need to do is go to flukeapparelco.com and at checkout enter the letters SOH and you will receive a 15% off discount of your entire purchase. For those of you that don't know us, we are a beach and golf apparel company formed right here at the Jersey Shore, and we are excited for you guys to be a part of our family too.
Visit Tampa Bay.
Welcome back to Shades of Havana. And Reinhold, next to you, sir. So first of all, thank you very much for all of those viewers, the Shades of Havana community, and first-time viewers in the future. As these are aired, you've been kind enough to offer free subscription. And that is fabulous because I ordered your subscription and the information in there is just so educational. It really helps me become a better consumer in order to make better decisions. Tell us just a little bit about how we're going to go about doing that.
Well, first of all, congratulations to Shades of Havana. I think this is a great podcast, and I want to push it a little bit. So we are offering everyone who sees one of these anniversary shows a free year of digital subscription to our magazine. And all you need to do is put in, when you go to our shop, put in that voucher that's probably on the screen, and that will bring your total down to zero, and you'll get Cigar Journal Digital for 1 year for free. The nice thing, if I can add that, the nice thing about the digital subscription is you always have access to all the issues that we produce digitally at any given time. So not only the current issue, but previous issues as well.
It's interesting, when I signed up, I went back and looked at 6 different issues to educate myself about the cigar industry. Being an honorary host, I'm so proud of Michael and Rod, what they've done with MRD Productions and Shades of Havana, just to be here today. And Reinhold, it was because of you, Rick, your input, just as Bobby said the other night, Reinhold, the quintessential gentleman, helped put this all together. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, most right.
So Rick, we go back and talk about the challenges. You started a business coming out of COVID. I'm starting to read and hear great things of people I gave the cigars to, now buying your cigars. Sarah, your daughter's in the business. Share a little bit about that with us.
Yeah, so like everybody, when the shutdown happened, she was stuck in Nicaragua. She was living on the beach in Nicaragua for 6 months and said, "Dad, I'm done traveling." So she graduated college about 9 years ago and left us. And she'd been traveling the world by herself. She lived in Australia by herself, the Philippines, Asia, Europe, Central America. And she's, "Dad, I want to come home. I want to come home and work with you." And so, yes, great. But what are you going to do? Because, what you can't do is just be a talking piece for me. So we need to train you to be able to share your own stories. So she just got back from training in the factories for 3 months. So she planted seeds, she harvested tobacco, she hung tobacco in the barns, she fermented, she aged tobaccos, and so now she can roll a cigar. I cannot roll a cigar, but she can. So now we can put her out there, make her the face of West Tampa, but she has her own stories to share, not repeating dad's stories. Because if she does this, she's going to be a failure for her. So now she has the opportunity to go out there, represent West Tampa Tobacco Company in her own words, in her own terms.
Well, I've heard some beautiful stories as she came up to Maryland and saw some of the cigar shops in the back. That's very impressive, they said. And so congratulations on that.
She's her mother. So it's like working with family is hard sometimes, because the first trip that we took, I asked her a question. So, boyfriend, will you date? Stop. Are we working, or we're home talking about my life? So we're not going to do that. So I think we had to learn how to work with each other on the road.
So, Sean, we were talking about yesterday, quality control. And I was in an industry dealing with prostate cancer and the seeds and how they inject them into the body. The quality control issue is key. Share with our audience some of the things they might not be aware of and all the standards you have in place to ensure that we as customers get that phenomenal product that you put out each and every day.
Yeah, exactly. Our quality control at our company is a lot different than what it would look like at a manufacturer where everything is handmade and hand rolled. Our product is made on a machine. So every piece of ingredient, from the film to the ingredients on the inside, have a spec to them. Those specs are ordered with an exact number. These are pharmaceutical grade or FDA food grade ingredients on everything that can touch food items, that can touch pharmaceutical. Those things are double checked as they get in. And so we have a complete specification database on every single one of those materials that goes into our product. In addition to everything is on a machine, it goes through test points that in each phase of that product where it goes and fills into our packet format. It's double, sometimes triple checked afterwards by humans. But now we've got a vision system that's on its way that all of that is through laser vision,
right?
From a quality point of view. Things are quality checked then afterwards as it's been in boxes, spot checked for another level of quality check. At each one of these phases, there's documentations that's recorded on the computer. So no matter what, so when this product's out in the field, it can be in Japan, it can be in Europe, anywhere, it can be in the United States. There's a code on all of that tracks that back all the way through our system on what happened along that entire way.
Learning that, yes, it was just amazing. It just goes back that we as consumers don't understand a lot of what you three gentlemen are sharing with us today. And it's just going to be so wonderful for Michael and Rod through MRD Productions sharing this in the U.S. and around the globe as these 12 episodes come out. So, Reinhold, as we were talking about, and I just keep going back to marketing means education. And listening to Bobby and Eric and then Jeff on Light 'em Up Lounge, Reinhold's phenomenal video podcast that comes out of Europe, the specific information that we find and that you have, just stored there. Share with me some of the stories over the years. Share with our audience some of the stories that have just been lifelong lessons.
Let me tell you, it is not. We are just a messenger. We are in between experts, manufacturers, accessory companies, in retail or lounges. We just talk to them, trying to get their message to our reader. So you could say we are just transponding from one point to the next point. We're the platform for it, but we are not all in know. We just have to do our research also, but we just love it. We love to do that, and that's what journalism is. And we're providing all that information that we get from experts and people like the gentleman here. So we have a fun and easy job, let's say. And yes, I think it's very important, and our readers hopefully enjoy it and are thankful for it.
Well, I know they do. How many different languages with your new digital subscription are you going to have this in?
Well, our print edition is bilingual always. It's either English Spanish or English German. And then we have these 3 languages also in the digital version. Plus, we have Chinese. We just opened up the Chinese market.
Right?
And,
Congratulations.
and have it translated, which is a bit of a challenge because we have no clue what we see. But we do have a good team that proofreads and translates. So hopefully it makes sense in Chinese.
Well, the passion that you have for this, that Michael and I have listened to, meeting Bobby, Eric, talking to Jeff, the respect that they have for you as an individual and what you've done to be an integral part of this journey is just nothing less than amazing. And we thank you for that, sir.
Thank you.
You know,
I think he's too humble because there's a lot of magazines out there. There are a lot of bloggers out there in the world who are doing articles. But when you get a call from his group or him, you answer that call because you trust, you believe, and you know what you're going to do. So you need to stand up and be proud because when I receive a call from you, that is something I'm excited because it's not a blogger, it's not a magazine like, oh my God, these guys are just, but you are there's tiers for everything.
Yeah.
You are top tier.
Thank you.
In your industry. You are top tier. And I only put you with one other magazine in the world as top tier. You know, Cigar Aficionado. To me, you are that kind of tier of as far as writing.
Thank
Sean, if you could share, because again, yesterday, again, just a great day, but other than, you know, you're not only in the cigar industry, if you could just take a moment, about 30 seconds to share what else you do.
Yeah, well, you know, when we were founded in 1997, we knew we could control humidity from the 10% to 95%. We knew that food, fresh produce, intermediate moisture foods, we knew pharmaceuticals and so forth needed to have their moisture managed and so on. And the cigar industry was just the first entree into it. The other industry that we knew needed our product was marijuana at the time. But the thing is, it was illegal at that time. So we never thought anything of it. We never even dreamed or conceived of the cannabis industry becoming so widely accepted across the world. And so even though we knew it in the back of our mind, we started getting calls where people would use, especially out of California, because it was legal for medical purposes in the early 2000s. So we launched a distribution, 2 dispensaries for our product in the cannabis industry, specifically for medical marijuana coming out of California. That started in 2007. So we've been selling in this for a lot longer than people realize in this particular industry. The thing is, just like anything that we do as a company, we're not the star of the show. The stars are guys like this right here. All we do is maximize the enjoyment people get from the passion and the heart and love that he puts into the product and others like him. And the same thing really is with cannabis. Cannabis is the star for those people in that particular industry. And Boveda just does such a wonderful job on that in so many fronts. It's a match made in heaven.
Even musical instruments, right?
And-
Stradivarius.
And yes, in wooden musical instruments as well. We've got some really exciting relationships that we've established over the years. Taylor Guitars is one of them. Fender Guitars is another, and so forth. And those industries are, all of our industries that we're in grow really handsomely.
You know, the one comment I always go back to, and I've been blessed to travel around the country. I used to drag Michael in the cigar shop. How long are we going to be, Dad? Oh, about an hour. 2.5 hours later, we're still there. And he realized the community, no matter what ethnicity, where you come from, your background, people communicate and talk. So I go back to Carlito. It's not about the cigars, it's about the people, but it's the greatest conduit to allow us to get together, come like this, and have this to share with audiences around the globe. So I just want to thank all of you being here today. Rick Rodriguez, West Tampa Tobacco, Sean Knusten, Boveda Incorporated, and Reinhold. Thank you, sir, the editor of Cigar Journal. We thank everyone, and everyone have a wonderful day. And all I have to say, what are you smoking?
Shades of Havana with guest host John Doyle and special guests Reinhold Widmayer, Sean Knutzen, and Ricky Rodriguez. Co-producers John P. Doyle, Steve Zimke, Kara Guayardo. Producers David Zimmel, Erwin Sternberg, Ricky Rodriguez, Reinhold Widmayer. Executive producers Sean Sternberg, Michael R. Doyle. Directed by Rod Weber. Created by Michael R. Doyle and Rod Weber. Camera and sound, Charles Rodriguez and Oscar R. Urdaneta. Editor, Steve Zimke. Special thanks to Charles Rodriguez at Big Boy Media Group, the Detour Duo, Tony and Sarah, travel content creators, Senior Editor and Chief of Cigar Journal, Reinhold Widmayer, co-founder of West Tampa Tobacco, Ricky Rodriguez, and thanks to Jeffrey Borshowicz, President and CEO of Corona Cigar Company, for allowing Shades of Havana to capture the beauty and unique setting of Corona Cigar Company, Tampa. Shades of Havana was brought to you by Tampa Porsche, Boveda, Rabbit Air, Man Cave King, Bliss Mortgage, Fluke Apparel Company, Otis Eyewear, and Visit Tampa Bay. Shades of Havana and Cigar Journal thank you for celebrating and watching our historical J.C. Newman's 128th year anniversary series. Access the best information on the global cigar world, everything that happens in the premium cigar industry, news, launches, personalities, awards, and above all, our cigar rankings and blind tastings. Scan the QR code where you will receive a free 1-year digital subscription to Cigar Journal. Our sponsors' websites and phone numbers are also provided in the show notes. When you visit our sponsors, you're helping them and helping our show. And if you enjoy Shades of Havana, we hope you tell your friends and give us a great rating wherever you get your podcasts. All opinions expressed by the Shades of Havana participants are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinions of Shades of Havana, Inc., a subsidiary of MRD Productions, LLC. Shades of Havana is an MRD production.